Check, check, check. Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is How I See It Live. Please remember to like this video, or if you are watching the live stream. Wait, I think I should say first that if you're watching the live stream, please go ahead and like this video. Or if you're catching the replay, please also go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. How are y'all doing? It is a rainy Tuesday evening where I'm at. I hope everybody had a great Tuesday. Hope y'all are safe. Um, but let's get into my topics. First, Cardi B's baby drama. Her album is I Had the Drama, but she's having baby drama right now. There's this podcaster, comedian, author, whatever she is, called Crystal West. And she had some very, in my opinion, vile comments regarding Cardi B's current pregnancy. And for me, it is one thing to have an opinion on the optics of someone, because we're all YouTubers, we're all streamers, like we're all in the social media space, and we're in a time where everybody's just out here giving their opinions. And we're also in a time where people have these what is it called, parasocial relationships with people they've met online, and even celebrities. Like, we feel like we know these celebrities, we feel like they could probably be our little cousins, or sisters, or our aunts, or whatever. We feel a sense of closeness to celebrities that we like. And if you don't like a celebrity for whatever reason, you still give your commentary on them because of this space that we're in, where people feel like they can say whatever they want behind a screen, because they're probably never going to meet this celebrity to get a clap back, you know? But, anyways, Crystal, she had her opinions, and I didn't like her just breathing death out there into the atmosphere as regarding Cardi, right? I didn't like that. And one second, y'all. And secondly, maybe it's just my culture. As y'all know, I am Jamaican, born and raised, and I am from the dancehall reggae music culture, right? And I'm not used to my favorite artists, whether dancehall artists or reggae artists, putting on a huge performance on stage. Like, I'm not used to that. Jamaicans don't really care about that. We just want to go to a show, hear you perform the songs that we like, and we go home. And we just want to enjoy ourselves. We don't care about the choreography. We don't care if you did a split. Like, we don't really care. Like, only I could say, like, Spice and maybe Shensia, Jada Kingdom. I think those are like the only dancehall artists who, they'll bring out dancers, they'll have a choreographed routine or whatever. So, as I said, maybe it's my culture. And dancehall is basically the father of hip hop. I could go down a rabbit hole of the history of how hip hop was birthed, but if you are a true hip hop head, then a rap music head, then you already know how rap came about, and that it was derived from dancehall and from dancehall culture, right? So for me, Cardi and other rappers, whether it's Nicki Minaj, whether it's who else, child? Whether it's Nicki, whether it's Cardi, whether it's JT, whether it's Bia, like I'm just gonna throw the names out there because they know the album Am I the Drama is in my head. It doesn't matter who, Little Kim, like I don't really feel like they need to have like this whole, choreographed routine when they go out on tour. I really don't. I feel like as rappers, they can come out, perform their sets, get the crowd hype, and then go home. So I don't agree with Crystal that, if Cardi B has some dancers on stage, you know, backup dancing or whatever, that's a big deal, especially as a woman who, at the point where Cardi B is gonna go on tour, she's gonna be like maybe few months postpartum, right? Because to me it sounds like she's probably about to have her baby in November or December, and her tour starts in February. That's what it's sounding like to me. So honestly, I don't get this big deal of, oh, she's gonna have a baby and then she's gonna go on tour and other people are gonna be performing, blah 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 blah. She's gonna have dancers. So what? She's a rapper. She's not Beyonce. She don't need to dance. She's not Taylor Swift. She's not Dua Lipa. She's not Doja Cat. She's not any of these pop girls who have to go out there and have like this huge performance on tour. I love what, and this is a sidebar, I love what Tiana Taylor is doing with some of these rappers, these male rappers on their tours, where she's actually like helping them to choreograph, helping them to have like dancers and just whole visuals and stuff like that. But even those male rappers, they aren't going out there dancing. Like we don't see 50 Cent out there when he was doing his tour, I think 2 years ago. He wasn't dancing. Ja Rule, he's out here doing performances. He's not dancing. So this expectation that, okay, the female rappers need to be like these pop girlies and be out here doing a 4 count or something, or an 8 count or something, like I don't understand that mindset. But going back to her, saying how Cardi, because this, the full extent of the podcast, and I'm not saying the name of the podcast because she's not getting any promo over here. The full extent of the podcast, she was saying, Cardi B is dumb, and for getting pregnant. Cardi B just has, and the way she made it sound, y'all, is like Cardi B's just out here having random dudes nut in her. And I'm like, this lady was married for 7 years. The 3 kids that she has currently, minus the one that's still baking, are for her estranged husband. She was in a relationship for 7 years, a married woman. And for me, Cardi B is proof that you are damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Okay? Because in her response, Cardi says, I did it the right way. I fell in love, I got married, I had these kids, and this man is still out here treating her like she's just some random baby mama that he has. Speaking of Offset. And I can understand people having an opinion on the optics. Because let's be for real, whether you're a Cardi fan or not, we who are honest, we know, and I'm sure Cardi also knows, that the optics don't look so great. You know? She just had her last baby last year, Blossom, beautiful Blossom, and Blossom is a year, just turned one last month. Now, I don't know the timeline of her relationship with Stefan Diggs, but what we do know is he has a lot going on. Allegedly, he has 2 other kids out there who are just a few months old, like maybe a month or 2 or 3 months old. So he has a lot going on. So when you're looking at the optics of it from the outside looking in, you're like, damn, Cardi, you had your 3 babies. my Jamaican accent just slipped out. Your 3 babies. You just had, your three babies by your husband. You know, you pretty much just met this new guy and now you're pregnant by him. Your divorce isn't final. It's nasty right now based on what Cardi is saying in the public. It's a nasty divorce. Offset wants allegedly wants her to pay his taxes. Like if she really wants out of this marriage and she wants him to sign those divorce papers and for everything to be finalized, allegedly she would have to pay his taxes and give him her Atlanta house. And she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So we gonna fight till the death in court, and the judge is gonna have to tell her that she has to pay his taxes, which I doubt a judge is going to do. I don't know, but I doubt that he's gonna win on that. As for the house, that's a throw up. It could go any way, you know. So it's a nasty divorce. You're in this new situation. This new situation is bringing forth a baby. And now you have your sophomore album, long awaited sophomore album. Your fans have been waiting for 7 years. The haters have been waiting for 7 years too to see if it's going to flop or not. The business side of this album release is crazy because she's pregnant, since she's in her final months of pregnancy, and she's on the road. And it looks like a lot because I was watching some of her live streams from her meet and greets, and she's holding on to her belly, she's holding on to her back. She seems, like she's having a few times, like she had a little bit of discomfort, maybe some back pains. So this is a hell of a task that she has ahead of her. And then, wishing her a healthy delivery. And after that, she's going off right into tour mode. So I can understand if Crystal had just laid it out like that. If she had laid it out like that and said, Cardi, it just doesn't look great, but wish you the best, wish you continued healthy pregnancy, wish you a healthy delivery, that would be one thing. But to just go in on this girl, and I said on Miss T Talk with Your Girls live earlier that just the vitriol that this lady just had for Cardi, it was just so unhealthy and weird. So unhealthy and just so weird and just nasty. Just so nasty. And to say that this woman is a bad mother, like having another baby doesn't make her by Stefan does not make her a bad mother. That doesn't make her a bad mother. None of her choices makes her a bad mother. And from what we see from the social media lens, because once again, we're all on the outside looking into her life, the little bit that she shows us on social media, the little bit that she talks about in her interviews, we're on the outside looking in. And so, from what I've seen on social media with her and her children, they love her and she loves them. And the village that Cardi B has when it comes to her children is her family. Her family is very, very hands on with the care of those children. And I'm sure it's not going to change for this fourth child coming into the world. Cardi B already let us know that the financial burden right now is solely on her. She's been paying for the private school. She's been paying for the extracurricular activities that these children have. She's been paying for the security. She's been the one paying for the drivers, and allegedly Offset isn't doing anything. So clearly, her kids' lifestyle isn't changing because she filed for divorce and now she's separated from that man. She has still been putting her foot on the gas going forward and working to ensure that her children continue to have the financial stability that they had when it was her and Offset together. And she's even said that in an interview that she doesn't want anything to change for her children when it comes to their financial stability and their emotional well-being. And to me, it seems like she's doing her part in that regard. And Offset is the one that needs to step up. The kids are with her. He lives in Atlanta. So I don't understand why Crystal just has this level of anger towards Cardi and her decisions. I've also said it's Cardi's body, Cardi's choice. Yes, the optics don't look great, but I'm sure Cardi knew the options that she had when she found out that she was pregnant. But she made her choice. She made her choice that she's going to have this fourth child. She's not going to push her album release back. She's not going to push her album promo back, and she's not going to push the tour for her album back either. She's making the choices that she's making now and strategically making them. Because what interview was it that I was listening to? Her Angie Martinez interview I was listening to last night, and she was giving Angie the timeline. She's like, oh, while I'm still pregnant, I'm gonna be doing dance rehearsals and this and that. And then after I have the baby, I'm going right back into rehearsals for this tour. And by February, I'm gonna be on the road touring. And yeah, the kids are going to be with me. So okay, be disappointed if you want to be. Okay? Give your opinions if you want to give your opinions, but don't put death out there on somebody. And I heard in Cardi B's response, this lady saying, oh, she's gonna go on the table and die like some of these other, women who went on the table to get a mommy makeover. And Cardi was like, 2 years after I had my son is when I went and did a mommy makeover. And as I said, she had Blossom last year. And Cardi said after Blossom, she didn't even go and have surgery. So here we have a woman sitting on her podcast, a woman, a woman sitting on her podcast, speaking on somebody's reproductive choices, putting death on them, and not putting out facts because how you don't know this woman's medical information enough to speak on if she's going to decide to do a mommy makeover or not. You don't know. And clearly you don't know if Cardi is saying, girl, when I had my son, I waited 2 years uh, uh before I went and did surgery. And after I had my daughter, I didn't go and do surgery. Cardi has a lot to prove. When she dropped Invasion of Privacy, she was pregnant. And there was a lot of speculation on what she was going to be able to do and not do. And she went above and beyond and showed that pregnant or not, the album meant a lot to her. So she was going to put in the work. And I feel like it's the same thing with the sophomore album. People have been waiting for so long for her to drop the album. She knows what her record label is investing into this album. She put her blood, sweat, and literal tears into making this album. So, baby or no baby, she's going to go above and beyond. And I hate that. I hate that because she's having a baby by Stefan and all the things that is following him right now with all these other women who are supposedly pregnant or supposedly just had babies by him. I'm guessing there's two babies out there. One is about 3 months and the other is like literally just born. I don't know. And I hate that because of that, she's now bundled into the baby mama conversation when her first three children were by her husband. But as I said, Cardi B is proof that you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You're damned if you if you have a baby by a man that you don't really know, and you're also damned if you had a baby by your husband and now y'all are divorced. That's what Cardi B is proving right now. Because as she said, she did it the quote unquote orthodox right way. The first three times she had the kids, when she had her first three kids, she was still married. And look what that got her. Look at where she is, fighting in court with this man who allegedly wants her to pay off his taxes and give him her home. He doesn't care that she got three kids for him. He doesn't care that way. All them hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes that she's gonna have to pay to get out of this marriage is hundreds and thousands of dollars that we could have been putting in a trust for our three children. Because why you owe so much tax that now, in order for her to get out of this marriage that she wants out of, she has to pay off your taxes, sir, allegedly. Like, let's think about that for a minute. Yes, we don't want women to be baby mamas, whatever. But how many women have we seen currently get married, have babies by these husbands, and then when it comes to a divorce, the man can't do right just solely on the strength of this woman is the mother of my children? We've seen it with Iman Shumpert. Have we not? Those of you who are Love and Marriage Huntsville watchers and you know the story of and Melody Cherie Rogers and Martell Holt, we see what he put her through, dragging her into court, talking about he wants full custody of the children because he couldn't control how she moves. These are all women who had babies the quote unquote right way. Who knows? They probably would have been better off if they did go out there and have their children by just some rando who left them high and dry. Maybe they'll be better off. Who knows? Because they are sure not better off now going through these divorce and custody battles and all these things. So, what are we talking about in this conversation of, oh, now she made herself a baby mama? Who knows? Maybe as the mother of Stephen Diggs' child, he might end up, even if the relationship doesn't last, he might end up treating her better than Offset is treating her now during this divorce. I'm just saying. Cardi B, Tiana Taylor, Melody Cherie, even, goddamn it, Halle Berry are all proofs that you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You're damned if you get married and have children by your husband, and you're damned if you go and have yourself a baby daddy. You're damned if you feel like you're choosing right when you marry somebody, and you are damned, just like what's her name? Halle Bailey. You're damned if you feel like you're in a relationship with this dude and now you got pregnant, and then when the relationship is done, it's a whole bunch of court foolishness. So she made her choice. She made her bed, she has to lay in it. Cardi B has responsibilities and obligations now to Live Nation, who's helping to put on this tour. She has responsibilities and obligations to her label, and she has obligations to her fans. That has Her having a baby by Stefan Diggs in all reality is her private life and is really none of our business. Yes, we can say the optics don't look great, but it's still none of our business, Miss Crystal. And if you're gonna make it your business, at the least, at the bare minimum, don't put out death on this woman who has 3 kids, about to have a fourth. Don't put out that kind of negative energy out there. Say, Cardi, I wish you had made a different choice. But girl, I wish you a safe and healthy pregnancy and delivery. That's how you speak life, even when you're disappointed in somebody's choice. And it says a lot about Crystal, the things that she had to say about Cardi because Cardi is pregnant by Stefan Diggs. Crazy. That's her words were crazy. The rhetoric was it was just crazy. It was just nasty. As Nene would say, just so nasty and so rude. Another woman. Coming from another woman. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, when I heard that she was pregnant, or when people were speculating, oh, Cardi's pregnant, Cardi's pregnant. Like, I don't feel like, dang, Cardi. As a fan, yeah, I was like, dang, Cardi. But we have seen her work ethic. And if she says she's going to do something, I believe she's going to get it done. I believe that she has a lot to prove with this Little Miss Drama tour. And it's probably going to be one of the best tours that we've seen from a rapper girly in a very long time. I personally don't feel like Cardi has to step on a stage and dance and give us full out, choreography like a Beyonce. I feel like she can give us a little 1, 2, and it will be fine because she's a rapper. That's what I believe. For the people who want to see that full out stuff, I don't know. Good for y'all. But I don't feel like Cardi needs to do that. I feel like she needs to have her backup dancers do what they do, and she needs to step on the stage and she needs to deliver these songs. Perform like your life depends on it, because here we have a hater in Crystal speculating on how much of a trashier tour is going to be simply because you just had a baby. There are so, and what is crazy is there's so many women out there, so many women out there who and I'm speaking about women in corporate America, at high levels of corporate America and high levels of the corporate world across the globe, who a lot of people feel like, oh, she's pregnant, she can't be a boss, she can't be the CEO, she can't be the manager. Well, even when she comes off maternity leave, it's going to be too much for her. So I don't feel like she should step back into her role as the CEO just right away after she has the baby. Like, there's so many women who are going through that right now. And here we have a woman in a different industry, and she's going through literally the same thing. Of some people just feeling like, when she drops this baby, she's still not gonna have it in her to give her fans a good show. All I know is April, Cardi B is coming to my city, and I will be there. Yes, I am a Cardi fan. And I like her album. I love her album a lot. The track with Selena Gomez and the track with Tyler are probably my top 2. And then I'm pretty and I'm pretty as that that one is also another one of my favorites. Man of My Word. Like, Man of Your Word, I like that song too. She has a good couple of songs on that album that I like. Would I give it a 10 out of 10? No, because I'm not gonna say that I just absolutely love every single song, but a good 9.5 is still good, a good rating. And I just took, a couple points off because I don't like every single song. I didn't like every single song on Invasion of Privacy, but there's still a couple on there that I still listen to today. But the two songs that I've listened to over and over and over, even today, I was listening to the Tyler song and the song that she has with Tyler, Mr. Right Guy. Ooh, Mr. Right Guy. I like that song. And then I like Pick It Up featuring Selena. Pick it up. Don't worry, I'm gonna know these songs before April. Okay, and I'll be singing them. Pretty, um, Pretty and Petty. That song makes me feel like I'm about to walk into a club with high heels on, sexy, bust down middle part, skin tight, something on. Some haters are watching me, and I'm just walking through like, yeah, I'm that girl. Like, that's what Pretty and Petty makes me feel like. Hello, hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. Like, that's a good turn up song. Like, I feel like I could work out to that song. I feel like I could, yeah, I feel like I could work out to that song. That's the vibe that Hello gives me. Magnet is good because I mean she's spilling tea. She's spilling tea in that song. Now, Bia, I'm not going to be a hater, and just because I like Cardi, say no. But I don't know five Bia songs, but I like a whole lot of money. I like that song. I didn't remember the name of this song, so technically, if there was a GUN pointed to my head and I had to name five Bia songs, I would still be like out of here. But I remember when she dropped I was just reminded of the title of this song over on TikTok earlier today. The title of the song is London with J. Cole. And I remember when London dropped, I would play that over and over again because it's a really good song and the J. Cole verse on that song is like fire. Um and Same Hands about 2 years ago. Same Hands was a song that I actually liked too. Same hands that I fix this play with. I can trust this that I lay with. I like that song. Now, do I know it word for word, bar for bar? No. So I only know three BS songs. For real, for real. Only three. So name five BS songs. The pawpaw pointing to your head, I would have only known three. Well, actually, I would have only known two because I wouldn't have remembered the title of the J. Cole song. So, bow, I'll be out of here. But Bia is a good rapper. Like, I like Bia. The truth is, I like majority of these rap girlies. I do. I like Glorilla, um, Sexy Red. I don't know. Do I know any Sexy Red song? I don't know, but I know I like Glorilla. I like one of JT's songs. Old Nicki Minaj, old Nicki Minaj. Okay, I like Nicki Minaj who was doing songs like Super Bass and what's that other song that I like? That Your Love, um I Came to Win, that was a feature with Rihanna. I like that song. So I mean, old Nicki Minaj, I know those songs like when she just came out. And truth be told, I was introduced to Nicki Minaj because she did a remix of Egyptians. As I told y'all, I'm born and raised Jamaican. I'm deep in my dancehall culture. And so the only reason why I even knew Nicki Minaj was because she did a remix of Egyptians Hold Ya. Got me one feel who you. It's like Egyptian, tell them figuan, eviction. That was the only reason, like, as a Jamaican living in Jamaica at the time, I was even introduced to Nicki Minaj's music. And at that time, I liked the girl. Now, I just feel like, I don't know, something is just hasn't been right with Nicki for a minute now. And whatever is going on in her personal life, mentally, emotionally, I think she projects a lot of that into what's going on in the industry. And I wish that she would stop feeling like everybody's against her, because I don't see what she's talking about. I really, really don't see what she be talking about a lot of the times. Of course, the Barbs see it, but ask majority of them to break it down for you like you are a pre-K student. They can't, which then means y'all don't see it either. Y'all just want to be on the internet beefing with people. I don't know any of the new stuff that Nicki Minaj came out with. I don't know not one of them. Mm-mm, I do not. I don't. Which is sad. Because as I said, early Nicki Minaj, I know a few of her songs. The new Nicki, I don't know nothing that she got going on. And I liked Cardi before Cardi became the Cardi B that we know her as today. I like Cardi from she was sitting on them steps talking. I like Cardi from she was dropping the mixtapes. I like Cardi on Love and Hip Hop. And so when Cardi B stepped into the I'm gonna be a mega superstar rapper and she came out with Bodak Yellow, I was like, girl is here to stay. And then she came out with Invasion of Privacy, and Invasion of Privacy had several bangers on that. And I'm not even mad at her for waiting this long to give us a sophomore album, because I mean, Lauryn Hill, one of the best singers and rappers out here, has not given us another album. Has not given us another album. It's been what, how many umpteen years? 20 plus years, maybe more. And Cardi dropped the album in seven. I was listening to a somebody doing a reaction video on Cardi's album, and they were like, what's his name? Chance the Rapper. It took him 6 years to drop his sophomore album. So a lot of people, they talk, and it's like they don't really understand the history of hip hop. They feel like everybody has just dropped album after album after album after album. And really, that's not the truth. There are people who have taken their time to perfect their craft. There are people who have had anxiety about what their next project is going to look like, or what it's going to sound like, or if people are going to like it, or if it's going to do as well as the first one. And that was Cardi's issue. She wanted to perfect what she was going to put out. And on top of that, she was going through a lot in her personal life. And I just feel like now is the right time. Seven, perfect number. Perfect number. 7 years, perfect. And it's like a full circle moment. When she dropped her first album, she was pregnant. She's dropping her second album, she's pregnant. Cardi's body, Cardi's choice. You can feel disappointed if you want to. You can feel like the optics aren't good. But at the end of the day, the only thing that you should be wishing that woman is a safe, healthy pregnancy and delivery, because that baby is cooking right now. It's baking. Why do you want to stress her out? Why do you want to give her more anxiety? Why do you want to put negativity out there? This is an innocent baby. This baby didn't ask to be conceived. It's not asking to be brought into the world, but it's Cardi's choice. And she said that when her and Stefan found out that she was pregnant, they were happy about it. So, I mean, who are some of y'all, like Miss Crystal, to be giving such nasty commentary and acting as if this girl. And another thing I want to say, and this is going to be my final point on the Cardi B baby drama, the album, Offset, all of it. People like Crystal also speak as if Cardi is just this single mother from the hood who has, at this point, three different baby daddies. She's not working. She's dependent on her state to provide. And now she's knocked up again with a fourth baby. And she don't even know if this dude is going to stay around because she don't know the dude like that. Like, that's what people are. That's how I feel like people are talking about this. Hi, Anitra. This is how I feel people are talking about the Cardi situation. As if this girl had three kids by three different men, and now she's gonna have a fourth child by this fourth new guy, and who knows if he's gonna stay around. She's broke, she can't take care of these children, and that's not Cardi's reality. Her reality is within her 7-year marriage, she had three kids by her husband. She has moved on, they're separated. She found herself in a new relationship, and it might be too soon, or whatever people's point of view is, but she conceived with this man and they are happy about it. Cardi is a multi-millionaire. She can take care of herself, the three kids that she currently has, and the one that's on the way. And one can just hope that Stefan is the type of guy who, even if him and Cardi are not going to be in a solid relationship, he's still the type of dude that's going to be around taking care of his child. I will always say, shout out to Wiz Khalifa, because when him and Amber divorced, we didn't see, or I don't recall there being, any dragging of either of them through the mud by the other party. And they co parent so well from what we see on social media. In fact, they've been a little bit private about their whatever, their situation. But for the most part, we see a healthy co parenting situation between Wiz and Amber. I can't recall any other celebrity who I feel has like a solid, co-parenting dynamic after a divorce or after a breakup. I can't think of anybody else. Like, honestly, Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa are literally the only two that I can think of. Oh, dang. That's kind of sad. So hopefully Stefan might be like, you know what, Cardi, you and I, we're not gonna be in a serious relationship. We had just met each other. We're having a baby, and it is what it is. I'm going to be a stand-up guy. I'm gonna take care of this kid. There's not gonna be any drama between us and the media when it comes to this baby, and that's that. And I think that's a lot to be hopeful for, especially in this day and age. We have this basketball dude, I don't remember his name, who literally paid off one of his baby mama to go away. He didn't want nothing to do with her baby, her daughter. So it's like, ugh, dang. All we can ask for is the bare minimum right now when it comes to Stefan Diggs and this Cardi situation. The bare minimum is be present financially and emotionally, even if you don't want to be with her, and keep the drama to zero. That's it. Life is just lifing for Cardi right now. And good people would wish her the best. Crystal, you're obviously not a good person. I don't care about your opinions on her choice, but to literally wish death on that lady, disgusting. Completely disgusting. Offset, get it together. Sign those papers. Give this lady her divorce. You are supposed to be a wealthy rapper. You shouldn't need her house. You shouldn't, allegedly, shouldn't need her to pay off your taxes. Get it together, sir. You got three babies by this girl, this woman, and you got other kids out here. So get it together for the sake of the children. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that suffer the most. They are. When they can't see their parents in a healthy co-parenting space, it might not show right now that it's taking a toll, but as they enter into their teen years and they can vocalize what they're feeling, whatever sadness, whatever anxiety, whatever depression they're feeling as a result of it not being a healthy co-parenting situation, that's when you're going to see the toll. And it's best to get that situation solid and healthy now while they're babies. Let's not go into their preteens and their teen years and it's still toxic. But anyways, y'all, shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to I the drama. Shout out to all the people who have managed to get to go to those meet and greets. She did not schedule one for my city, but that's okay. Because as I said, in April, I'm going to that concert and I'm going to turn up. I'm hoping that either my husband, if he wants to, or one of my friends will want to come with me so that we can turn up together. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you have not done so as yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. And it's got to be the drama. Maybe she is, or maybe drama just finds her. I don't know. But until my next video, hey Ines, I'm heading out now. Until my next video, y'all, walk good,